Hi, this is Charles Laird, Associate Broker with Four Houses Realty, and today I wanted to take a quick minute and talk about 6 seller strategies that no longer work in today's market. So let's get into it. So the first one is I can price my home as high as I like. So let me just say this. So there was a time last year where you could do that in 2021 and even the beginning of 2022, but now is not the time. The market has changed. So don't rely on Zestimates and things of that nature that tell you what your house is worth. It is not going to be accurate given the market conditions. So you want to make sure that you align yourself with a professional realtor that can take a look at not just the market overall, but you want to make sure that they understand the dynamics within your neighborhood, within your subdivision. You want to make sure they have an opportunity to see what updates you've made and things of that nature, and then price your home accordingly. So again, the market conditions are different than what they were in 2021. So as a seller, you have to have some realistic expectations as to where to price your house. The second question we get is, there's no need to make repairs, it's fine to sell as is. So one question that you want to ask yourself is, would I buy a house that needs these repairs? Keep in mind that when somebody buys a house, once they go into contract, they're going to get a private inspection. So during the time that they have their inspection and the time that you're under contract, your house is off the market. Okay, so while they're getting their inspection, if you know they're going to find issues and you know that these things are going to come up, keep in mind right now your buyer will walk away. And so you don't want to be in a situation where, because you didn't want to make repairs, that you now have a property that has now lost marketing time because you didn't want to make these repairs, and now the buyer is backing out of the deal. So when you're putting your house on the market, you want to make sure that you fix it, fix all the little minor things that you can afford to fix, and make sure that you have the house looking like you actually do want to sell it. So very, very important, very key. Next question is, there's no need to offer any concessions. Buyers are desperate. So keep in mind that buyers will walk away from your house. They're not that desperate anymore. Again, the sticker shock of the interest rates have buyers on the fence. And so you have to be real mindful when it comes to working with a buyer for your house. You have to have some flexibility. You have to be willing to give a little bit in order to get the deal done. Oftentimes what works is put yourself in the buyer's shoes, okay? And if you're a seller, or if you're a buyer, put yourself in the seller's shoes. That often helps change the paradigm that you're operating from when it comes to negotiating these deals. You don't want it to be a situation where the other loses. You want a situation where everybody comes together on a price and on a deal with terms that make sense. So very important. Make sure that you have some flexibility when it comes to this. So the other thing is, your home is bound to sell fast. This is another one that sellers are often hearing from inexperienced realtors, that your house is going to sell fast. Again, you have to make sure that you have an experienced realtor that is willing to look at the market conditions, because all of us are slave to the market. We're slave to market conditions, and we're slave to economic conditions. So if there's a change in the economic policies and then you have a spike in interest rates, guess what? Your house ain't gonna sell fast, because people are gonna be on the fence. So if we have a lowering of interest rates and the market conditions changes, or if we have a shift in inventory, or if we have some new construction that's going on in your subdivision, like all of these things will affect your home sale. So as a realtor, as a professional, I have to make sure that I am not promising the moon. I'm not willing to bet a vital organ on it if I'm, and so now it's one thing if the house is priced very low and you've got it, staged properly. But again, I got to be clear on what the market is. So the next question is home staging. Is it necessary or not? Home staging is always necessary. I mean, imagine yourself going on a first date with somebody. You wouldn't show up with a stain on your shirt, right? Or you wouldn't show up with a bad hairdo or a bad hairstyle, or you need a haircut or something, right? Smelling bad from the gym. You want to put your best foot forward. So when you're thinking about staging your home, we have professionals here at Four Houses Realty that practice and have certificates on staging. They're staging experts. But we also work with companies that are actually staging companies. So it's important to be able to have your house looking presentable as if you really want to sell it, and you want to be able to highlight the certain aspects and features of your house. And this is what staging is all about. Remember, there's a difference with remodeling your house for you as opposed to staging your house to sell. Okay? And then the last thing is it doesn't matter when you put your home on the market. So that definitely matters. So a lot of times you'll have inexperienced agents say, hey, let's just put the house on the market. Let's just put the house on the market. Well, there's a strategy to introducing a house on the market. Really quickly, this is one of many, is that, you know, if we're going to be putting your house on the market, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have all the pictures, all the documents signed, the disclosures done, and we want to have that property on the market by, or we want to have it, everything we need by Tuesday or Wednesday. And so that way we can post it as coming soon. And so by posting it as coming soon, we kind of build excitement around the house, in social media and, Google ads, things of that nature. So by the time the house is active and ready to be shown, we've got a lot of showings scheduled. And so during this time, when we are in the coming soon phase, just to say from Monday to Wednesday to Thursday, we're doing a ton of marketing around the house because we have all the information we need. So then by the time it goes live on Friday, boom, you've already got showings scheduled, and there's been a big buzz around the house, and more than likely, if it's priced right, if it's staged right, before the end of the weekend, you'll have an offer. So these are just some of the things that we hear in terms of questions that sellers have. And again, the rules that you once used to sell your house are no longer valid. So just wanted to add that. And if you have any questions about, selling or buying, don't hesitate to reach out to your agent here at 4 Houses Realty, and we'll be happy to put you at the top of the list.